Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to UPI, Japan has begun importing Russian crude oil from the Sakhalin-2 project, marking the first such import since disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz. This move underscores Japan's focus on energy security, even amidst ongoing Western sanctions against Moscow following its invasion of Ukraine. The Sakhalin-2 project is exempt from these sanctions, and Japan views its output as a crucial non-Middle East energy source, essential for diversifying its supply, as the nation relies on the Middle East for approximately 90% of its crude imports. This pragmatic decision is not seen as a departure from its sanctions policy, but rather an utilization of existing exemptions, also safeguarding liquefied natural gas production vital for Japan. This development has implications for South Korea, which shares a similar heavy dependence on Middle Eastern crude and is advised to bolster strategic reserves and diversify its own supply chains. Japan and Vietnam have agreed to significantly deepen cooperation across crucial economic security sectors, including energy, critical minerals, semiconductors, artificial intelligence, and space. This move, reported by UPI, aims to strengthen their supply chains and reduce Japan's reliance on China. Japanese Prime Minister Sonai Takaichi met with Vietnamese President and Communist Party General Secretary To Lam and Prime Minister Lam in Hanoi, where 6 memorandums of understanding were signed, covering technology, climate response, and information and communications. A key focus of the agreement is energy cooperation, with Japan pledging support for crude oil supplies to Vietnam's Ny Son refinery through a $10 billion Power Asia initiative. This program seeks to bolster energy resilience in Southeast Asia, particularly after disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz. Prime Minister Takaichi's speech at Vietnam National University underscored the risks of overdependence on a single country for vital supplies, a statement widely seen as directed at China. She advocated for a level playing field in global trade and reiterated Japan's commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific. Furthermore, cooperation on critical minerals like rare earth elements and gallium is set to expand, helping Japan diversify its sources away from China, which currently dominates refining capacity. Japan remains one of Vietnam's largest economic partners and providers of official development assistance, with Takaichi also acknowledging Vietnam's growing manufacturing role. She is scheduled to travel to Australia next to upgrade ties. According to UPI, South Korea's Financial Services Commission has approved a massive 8.4 trillion won, equivalent to approximately $5.7 billion, in investments to significantly enhance its artificial intelligence industry. This initiative, channeled through the National Growth Fund, extends beyond core AI computing to crucial related sectors such as energy and advanced materials, recognizing the increasing electricity demands of AI data centers. Key projects include establishing a national AI computing center, slated to be equipped with 15,000 graphics processing units to provide high-performance computing resources for industry and research. Additionally, the government is making a substantial investment of around $380 million in the domestic AI company Upstage, with a portion specifically targeting the development of enterprise large language models and AI foundation models. The fund also allocates low-interest loans for a spherical graphite production plant essential for rechargeable batteries and a high-purity hydrogen fluoride company critical for semiconductor manufacturing. Furthermore, the biotechnology sector will receive support for expanding biosimilar production facilities. This strategic investment aims to bolster South Korea's overall AI ecosystem competitiveness. Global competition in developing offshore small modular reactors, SMRs, is intensifying, with South Korea actively moving to enter this emerging market for floating nuclear power systems. According to UPI, these offshore SMRs, designed for ships or marine platforms, can supply electricity to remote areas and offer more flexible siting options compared to traditional land-based plants. Russia leads the sector, having launched the world's first floating nuclear power plant in 2019, while the United States and China are also accelerating their development efforts. The growing demand for electricity due to AI expansion and the International Maritime Organization's 2050 net zero emissions goal for shipping are key drivers. South Korea is advancing its Bandy project, with KEPCO Engineering and Construction aiming for standard design completion by 2030, leveraging the nation's shipbuilding expertise. However, significant hurdles remain, including the lack of clear international regulations and safety standards for marine reactors, as well as economic feasibility concerns regarding construction and operational costs. Despite these challenges, industry officials see strong long-term potential for offshore SMRs to address land constraints and distributed energy needs. Japan is accelerating the deployment of low-cost cardboard drones for warfare, marking a strategic pivot in modern defense towards cost efficiency and mass deployment. According to UPI, developed by Japanese startup Air Kamui, the Air Kamui One-Flew drones feature reinforced cardboard structures that reduce radar detection and dramatically lower production cost to about $2,000 per unit. This price is less than 1% of conventional military drones. The drones are delivered in flat-pack kits for rapid assembly and can carry sensors or explosive devices with a range of 150 kilometers. Their primary impact lies in creating cost asymmetry, forcing adversaries to expend expensive missiles on cheap targets. Japan's Defense Minister Shinjiro Koizumi supports expanding unmanned systems, allocating nearly $2 billion for drone procurement in the FY2 head. Developed 2026 defense budget. The strategy includes a shield system for layered coastal defense, integrating thousands of small, low-cost drones. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.